When we build rapport, we have to strike a balance between showing an interest in the child and creating a situation that feels like an exam. And what I mean by that is that sometimes when adults interact with children, they tend to ask a lot of questions. How old are you? What grade are you in? What's your favorite color? And that constant direct questioning can sometimes feel a bit intimidating. So one thing that researchers might try instead is allowing children to play or engage in a preferred activity and simply narrating what the child is doing. I love what you're building with those blocks. Those are great colors that you're using with that picture. Blue is one of my favorite colors. And then that allows the child the space to open up and be themselves and to feel a little bit more comfortable with the process. And then we can start incorporating questions if we need to do that. I think also during that narration, if we can incorporate some praise, that also creates a positive and supportive environment for the child that allows them to be themselves.
One tip I have is to match their energy level. Each child has a bit of a different energy, and so some children may be very quiet and shy and reserved, and so as a researcher you can also take a little bit more time with how you warm up to the child and how you interact with them, create some quiet time and space between them versus a child who may have a lot of energy that they bring to the research context, and then you can be fun and engaging and loud and exciting, and you just want to essentially match the energy of the child.
One of the important components of building rapport with participants is understanding the physical space dynamics in a research context. So children, for very good reason, are taught to be cautious around strangers. And as researchers, we need to understand that we are in fact strangers and that children may respond to that dynamic. And so we need to be cautious of the way that we're presenting. It's important for me not to approach too quickly, not to stand over, not to tower over, and to give children the space and the opportunity to approach me, hence being approachable.
Being in a new environment with strange adults, that's going to be intimidating, especially for children. So prioritizing building rapport between the researcher and the child can be really, really helpful to ease any kind of discomfort. There are some pretty easy strategies that researchers could try. One easy one is to talk with parents about allowing their children to bring comfort items from home. So this might be stuffed animals or a favorite toy that can ease the transition into a new space. Researchers might also think about having some fun activities, some preferred toys and play items in the room when the child arrives. One thing that sometimes I see researchers do is sort of almost being overwhelming to the child, approaching with lots of questions, lots of choices. And one thing to consider instead of doing that is to allow the child time and space to explore the setting at their own pace. And that can really help, I think, ease into the new environment.